That's beautiful. One of the best 100 photo was taken in the last 10 years. I love it. So, today we'll continue to speak about the types of the sentence. So, how many types of the sentence are there? How many types of sentence do we have, guys? How many types of sentences do we have? Same.
Yes, teacher.
How many sentence types do we have, or types of sentence do we have?
4.
Which are?
Simple.
Simple.
Compound.
Compound.
Compound complex.
Complex. And the compound complex. So, 4 types of sentence: simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. What is the difference between each one of them? So, we have simple, compound, complex, and the compound complex. So, let's take them once again. The basic elements of any sentence, guys, consist of a subject and a predicate. Subject and a predicate. Of course, we're speaking about a complete subject and a complete predicate. A subject like Ali, or Hussein and Muhammad, or the smart boy, the red car. Okay, any subject, complete one, whether it's just one word, or a compound subject, or an adjective with the subject. And of course, we have the predicate. Like, for example, we say Mary plays tennis. Mary plays tennis. So Mary is our subject and plays tennis is the complete predicate, which consists of the verb plays and the object tennis. So the simple sentence: one subject, one predicate. Complete and complete, of course. We need to observe this how a simple sentence is constructed. Like, we went to San Juan yesterday. We subject, went verb, to preposition. San Juan is the object of the preposition, and yesterday is the time reference or the adverb. So we, pronoun, went verb. San Juan is the prepositional phrase. Went to San Juan, all of it is the complete predicate. So once again, Mary plays tennis, one subject and one predicate. When we say Tom and Mary play tennis, so is the sentence still simple?
I think it's a compound.
What, Muhammad?
I think it's a compound and it's still simple. What?
Compound what? Compound sentence or compound subject?
No, compound subject.
Compound
It's
subject.
still
But the sentence is still simple one.
It's still a simple.
Yes, so we have now a compound subject, which is Tom and Mary. Now they are two persons performing the same action. So the sentence is still a simple sentence. What about Tom and Mary? play tennis, and swim in the swimming pool. So now I have.
This is, I think it's about the compound sentence.
I have a compound what?
Sentence.
No, not sentence.
A predicate.
I have a compound subject and a compound predicate. Plays and swims. So I have
teacher,
compound
it's
verb.
still a simple.
What, Muhammad?
It's still a simple.
Yeah, still a simple, Muhammad. Once again, Muhammad, the simple sentence can be or can consist of, number one, you can have one subject and one verb. Compound subject with only one verb, or compound subject and compound verb. And sometimes you have a compound object too. So I can say Muhammad plays football. Muhammad, one subject, plays one verb, football one object. I can say Muhammad and Hussein play football. So now I have compound subject and one verb. I can say Muhammad and Hussein play football and watch TV. So now I have compound subject and the compound verb, but still the sentence itself is simple sentence because we don't have the comma and the coordinating conjunction. Once you have the comma and the coordinating conjunction, now you are having the compound sentence. So in this sentence, for example, Tom and Mary play tennis. It's one simple sentence, but we have a compound subject. So Tom and Mary, both of them is the compound subject of the sentence. And the subject is performing one action verb, and this action lies on the object. So the sentence is still a simple sentence somehow. Simple sentence with compound subject and also compound predicate. Here we have Tom and Mary. What do they do? They play and swim. So I have compound subject and the compound predicate or compound verb. Yet the sentence itself still expresses one main idea, one main thought. Consequently, it's a simple sentence. Moving to the compound one. The compound sentence has more than one part that can stand alone, meaning that it consists at least from two independent clauses. At least two independent clauses. An independent clause are connected by a coordinating conjunction. And we said that the coordinating conjunction, we can memorize it in van, boy. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Fan boys. Like for example, we went to San Juan. And most of us danced all night. So here I have two independent clauses, Muhammad. We went to San Juan, that's a simple sentence. Most of us danced all night, another simple sentence. And we connected both of these simple sentences by the comma and the coordinating conjunction. Right? Are you following me, grade 8?
Yes, teacher.
So that's the part of speech. We is a subject, went is a verb. To San Juan, that's a prepositional phrase, and starting from the verb till San Juan is the predicate. we have the comma, and then we have the coordinating conjunction and. Then most of us is a subject, danced is a verb, all night is a modifying phrase, and all of the verb danced and all night is called the predicate of the sentence. So how can you use the coordinating conjunction? So you have subject predicate and the coordinating conjunction, then you have a subject and the predicate. And that's how you can differentiate between the simple and the compound sentence. Okay? In the simple sentence, if you are having just one subject, this subject will either be simple or compound. Muhammad plays or Muhammad and Ali play. That's it. Okay? But in the compound sentence, you will have Muhammad plays and Hussein plays. So here you will have another independent clause containing another subject, whether of course the subject is simple or compound. Okay, got the idea, Muhammad?
Yes, teacher.
Here Muhammad plays, bon appetit. Here Muhammad plays, but in the compound Muhammad plays and Muhammad eats. So now it's compound. Like when we say Tom swims, if I put a period here, full stop, so that's a simple sentence. Mary plays tennis, another simple sentence. Joining them together using the comma and the coordinating conjunction, it turns out to be a compound sentence. And of course, the coordinating conjunction are fan, poise, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so on. So some examples: Tom swims and Mary plays tennis. The compound sentence using the conjunctive adverbs: moreover, however, otherwise, therefore. So when we say Pop is a handsome, moreover, he's rich. So also now I have two independent clauses. But mention that while using moreover, we used a semicolon before it and a comma after it. And of course, you did not study that yet. These are called conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs. Okay? These are some examples about where to put the conjunctive adverb in the sentence. Bob is handsome. Moreover, he is rich. Bob is handsome. He is moreover rich, or Bob is handsome. He is rich. Moreover. So we can change the place of the conjunctive adverb according to where you need to make your emphasizement. The semicolon are pretty easy. Two simple sentences, and instead of the comma and conjunction between, just add the semicolon. Like for example, Tom has benefited from his exercise program. Supposedly, instead of adding the comma and the conjunction, we put a comma and. So Tom has benefited from his exercise program and he is slim and energetic. So instead of adding the comma and, we put the semicolon. Gives the same meaning. Now also we have compound sentence. The complex sentence that we started yesterday. So one independent clause and one subordinate clause. And as we said yesterday, the easiest way to make the subordinate clause, add a subordinating conjunction. Like since. My boyfriend and I wanted to have fun. We went to San Juan yesterday. Because here I have the subordinating conjunction sense. So the first clause is a subordinating clause. Doesn't give you the full meaning. Cannot stand alone as a sentence. Consequently, the whole sentence is complex one. Another sentence. Bob is popular. That's a simple one. Even though he's ugly. Lucky him. So even though here is a subordinating conjunction that made the second clause a dependent clause. So this clause cannot stand alone, even though he is ugly. What happened? Bob is popular. Or even though Bob is ugly, he is popular. Today's session is about the compound complex sentence. Of course, this type of sentence has more than one part that can stand alone and at least one that cannot, meaning that compound. Compound means two simple sentences. And complex means subordinate clause or dependent clause. So at least you will have two independent clauses and one dependent clause, at least. For example, since we want to have fun, this clause is dependent or independent? Can stand alone or cannot stand alone? Hello? Still with me or you're dead?
Yes, teacher, yes.
So the first one, since we wanted to have fun, this sentence, dependent or independent? Can stand alone or cannot stand alone? So can we put a full stop here? And we just say, since we wanted to have fun, and stop? Of course we can't. That's why it's dependent clause. Needs more information. But when I say, my boyfriend and I went to San Juan yesterday, that's independent clause. Meaning that it can stand alone. And we danced all night, another independent clause. So when you have two independent clauses along with a dependent one, that's your compound complex sentence. So since subordinating conjunction, we wanted to have fun, that's the part cannot stand alone, all of it. My boyfriend and I went to San Juan, an independent clause, and we danced all night, another independent clause. So two independent clauses along with a dependent one makes the compound complex sentence. Another example, Mike is popular because he is good looking, but he is not very happy. So Mike is popular, independent clause. Because he's looking good, unfortunately that's the dependent one, but he's not very happy, it's an independent clause. So you have two independent clauses, independent, and a dependent one. So two independent along with the dependent makes the compound complex sentence. Some exercises. The bell rang. Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. Quickly.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, number 1, the bell rang.
It's a simple one.
Simple. Number 2, Bridget ran the first part of the
Compound.
route, and Tara picked the second part.
Compound.
Compound. Nice. Number 3, he stands at
Complex.
the bottom of the cliff while the climber moves up the rock. Complex. The skier turned and jumped.
Compound.
Again,
It's a simple but compound verb.
compound verb, but the sentence itself is simple.
Yes.
Simple sentence. Number 5, Noaki passed
Complex.
because he studied hard and understood the material. So that's nice. You said it. It's what?
Teacher, this is what page? I didn't find it.
What?
This is page what? Because I couldn't find it.
Well, it's not a page. We will start the page in a few seconds.
Okay.
So, number 5, Noaki passed the test. Independent clause. Because subordinating conjunction, he studied hard and understood the material. That's the dependent clause. So we have complex sentence. Because Kyla has so much climbing and exercise, we asked her to lead our group. So we have here the first clause. So that's dependent, and the second one is independent, so that's complex. You and I need piano lessons. Compound subject and one verb. So simple sentence. I planned to go to the hockey game, but I couldn't get tickets. So that's a compound sentence. Independent clause, joined by a coordinating conjunction. Dorothy likes white water rafting, but she also enjoys kayaking. Also, two independent clauses joined by the coordinating conjunction, compound sentence. There are many problems to solve before this program can be used. Simple. But engineers believe that they will be able to solve them soon. So, also compound. Moving into your books, you will find the compound complex sentence, page 64. So on page 64, we are asked in brackets number A to read the sentence and to write, then to write whether the sentence is compound complex or compound complex sentence. In sentence number 1, the geese live at the community pond and the ducks do too. Khalid?
Can I answer?
Okay, Hussein.
The geese live at the community pond and the ducks do too. It's a compound.
Nice. Compound. We have one independent clause and another independent clause joined by a coordinating conjunction. Number 2, the car which belonged to my dad was given to me.
Complex.
Bravo. Why?
Because while is a subordinating conjunction.
Bravo. So which belonged to my dad, that's the subordinate clause. And number 3, my friend who moved here from Lamb's Pass is named Terry, and her sister's name is Sherry.
Compound complex.
Why?
Because you have a subordinate conjunction and you have a coordinated conjunction.
So the first independent clause is my friend is named
Teddy.
Number 2, her sister's
Yes.
name is Sharon. And number 3, who moved here from Lampasas. So we have 2 independent clauses and 1 dependent clause. Number 4, Dad bought the groceries and we put them away before Mom started the dinner.
It's a compound.
Compound. Complex. Number 1, Dad bought the groceries. Independent clause. We put them away. Independent clause. Before Mom started dinner. Dependent clause. So we have 2 independent clauses and only 1 dependent clause. Right? And number 5, Tessa works at the market after school, but Archie plays football.
Compound.
Compound. 2 independent clauses. Last but not least, our clay soil gets hard when there was been no rain for a while.
It's complex.
Complex, bravo. There is a grammatical mistake in this sentence. Can anyone find it?
Instead of was where?
Instead of was, something else, but not where.
Oh. Have. Had.
No, rain singular. So has. Nice. Because you have here past participle. You can either ellipse been and say when there was no rain for a while, or when there has been no rain for a while. Nice, Hassan. And here in this sentence, read the sentence, read each following sentence, and then add a subordinate clause to each sentence in order to make a compound complex one. I believe I have solved the first 2 for you. The cat sits on my printer and cat hair gets into it. So the cat, which has a lot of hair, sits on my printer and her hair gets into it. Number 2, we tried making soup, although we didn't know how, but the results were unsatisfactory. Number 3, who can answer this? Karen is moving to England and she's leaving her dog Riley with us. Add a subordinate clause.
Can I?
Yes.
Karen is going to England and she's leaving her dog Riley with us. Maybe you could say Karen is going to England where she dreamed to go.
Bravo.
And she leaving her dog Riley with us.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. So Karen is moving to England, where she dreams to live or to go, and she's leaving her dog with us. Very good, Hussein. Nice. He had wanted the books, but he didn't ask for them.
Can I?
Yes?
You can say Ed wanted the books that he needed to study from, but he didn't ask for them.
Excellent, Hussein. So, I can say Ed wanted the books because he wanted to study from, or that he wanted to study from, or which he wanted to study from, but he did not ask for them. Perhaps he was a little bit
confused which, because books it's plural.
You can say which, you can say that, and even you can add the subordinating conjunction because books is an animated object. If I'm saying Hussein, so I say who. But if I say book or I say laptop,
That.
I use that or which.
Or what?
Alright, grade 8. Hope that you enjoyed the lesson. If you have no question, you are welcome to leave.
You're still reading that book?
What?
You are still reading that